Once again, my name is Esther Anyakun. I'm the State Minister for Labor, Employment and Industrial Relations. And I want to thank you all for coming around the media fraternity here in the Elgon region to listen and so to share with us the issues and the challenges that we face on labor externalization. Members of the media fraternity, fellow Ugandans, the return of Ugandans benefiting from the pardon by the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to those who have been stranded in the deportation centers, in the prisons across the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, as this alone has exposed the issue of human trafficking. Following my ministerial and my technical visit to Riyadh, which took place on the 14th to the 17th of October, many Ugandans have been repatriated. The latest being 27 of Ugandans who returned here last Wednesday. Available data shows that majority of those returning victims are victims of human trafficking. And unfortunately, Eastern Uganda accounts for a majority of the cases recorded so far. Of the more than 250 returns so far from the time I went to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, close to 50% appears to be from the Eastern Uganda. The purpose of my interactions with media today is to bring you up to speed with this issue and seek for your partnership to resolve this problem. The Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development is running a continuous campaign on safe migration, which we would like you to partner with. Government recognizes the risks associated with individuals being placed abroad by traffickers and understands that people cannot be forcibly stopped from seeking working abroad. We are aware of the high wages of the Middle East as compared to the Uganda, with a minimum wage of a domestic worker in the Middle East is about 900,000 shillings, Uganda shillings. This is the cost of tempting to our people, given the unemployment problem in many of the developing countries. The solution to this lay is introducing a safe, orderly, formal and regular pathway for those intending to travel away to work abroad. Consequently, the externalization of labor program was launched in 2005. The program is regulated by the statutory instrument number 47, 2021, the Employment Recruitment of Uganda Migrant Workers, Regulation 2021. Under the regulation, private companies are licensed to source formally, officially, place Ugandans to work abroad. Under the Employment Recruitment of Ugandan Migrant Workers, Regulation 2021, workers may travel abroad for work through the following channels. Licensed recruitment companies. Under this channel, the companies source for jobs from abroad, recruit and place Ugandan workers abroad. Channel 2, government-to-government arrangements. And channel 3 is individual initiative. The workers source for jobs as individuals. To date, we have 294 active licensed recruitment agencies. These operate on a year license, a 2-year license, and are at liberty to open branches with approval of the ministry. Agents of these companies, too, have to be vetted and approved by the ministry. Uganda has a bilateral labor agreements with Qatar, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and United Arab Emirates. Prior to traveling for workers abroad, all candidates, including individual migrant workers, are submitted through our electronic system called IMIS for clearance by the Ministry of Gender. Migrant workers must have undergone a pre-departure training for around 14 days with accredited pre-departure training center, which is also licensed by the government of Uganda. The ministry clears submitted migrant workers. Within 3 days, for domestic workers, the ministry also connected to the Musaned visa system that is in Saudi Arabia, where the ministry approves them for visa issuance. At departure, candidates are cleared on emails by immigration officers. There must be a valid Interpol letter for those who want to be security guards, a copy of a passport, employment contract, an employment visa for individual migrant workers, and also training report will not fall prey to the traffickers who are unlikely to follow the elaborated system put in place. I have shared with you the list which I have here of all the licensed companies by the Ministry of Gender. I want to thank you all for your attention over the night. The issue of Eastern Uganda, I think you asked, just as he has just responded that when you look at, from the time I went to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, they pardoned Ugandans who are in deportation centers and those in the prisons, and then also went to Qatar, who have given Uganda an amnesty up to 31st of December to be able to regulate that stay or get clarification and come back home. But so far, from the ones who started coming from the time I came back on the 7th, I came back on the 19th of October, from the 215 plus the 27 that we received last Wednesday, just a day before yesterday. If you look at the names, it starts from this side of the River Nile, and it stops somewhere after here. So that means it's between Busoga and Bogisho and Bokele, the biggest number. Now, our concern and why we have decided to come and take this campaign and this to meet you, one, as government, we cannot do without you, because the people, the grassroots, listen more to what you give them. The information, you help us as government to pass the correct information to the people. Now, the issue of the legal borders, of course, we know it very, very well that the issue of the porous borders is very, very, very one of the most difficult things that government is trying to have. We have the porous border from, let me say, from Busia right up to Karamoja. We don't know. Even in Karamoja, we see people trafficking Karamojong children to Kampala. But when you ask yourself, we have access roads where the people pass. You don't know where they pass. So that this one here with human being movement of people or migration, it's a bit difficult to monitor this. But as government, we have to work with our Ministry of Internal Affairs to ensure that some of the things are really, really managed. Emmanuel, leading cause of the Eastern going for labor, it is very significant that at the moment, we all know that all developing countries are having a challenge of very productive populations, and Uganda is also inclusive. And now, as Uganda is inclusive, so that means these people are very active and they need jobs. And this poverty that is biting everywhere is one thing that makes people to go there. Now, in the Eastern, when you look at the indicators, the statistics shows with almost that the highest is Karamoja, is it Acholi, and then this side of the eastern part of Uganda, more so Busoga and Bokedi. The statistics shows that poverty is there. We know very well that these are the challenges that our people are facing, because we have a very productive, even the Ubos, even though we know that they had issues with the pronunciation of their statistics, it shows that 78% of the Ugandan population is youth. So let us just know that this is like a disease to me, who is a member of State for Labor and Employment. You can't find all the jobs for everyone, but we have to find means how to do this. Now, apart from the government programs, we know that the president has been around. He has been in the region. Even yesterday he was in Sepei. we have government programs that we need to tell our people, sensitize our people as much as we can, we as leaders. For the first of its kind, the government of Uganda is giving 100 million shillings to a parish per year. For the next 5 years, each parish in the country will be having around 500 million. This is where we want our people to get interested in. We have the Myoga program, where they can group themselves and borrow money. We have, under the Ministry of Gender, we have the program of WEP, the youth livelihood. We have the program where they're giving money to the elderly, because all the categories are being catered in our ministry. We have money where government is really trying to say that people are given an opportunity to be in the money economy. But where there are people who feel they cannot start up with the 1 million shillings, they would prefer to go. That's why we're here. We want them to have a safe and also orderly and regulated migration when they're leaving the country, if they made that decision, because it's one's own decision to make, either to go and join the government programs which are existing or join that. But then the problem right now that we are having is when they are going, who are they going with and how are they leaving the country? That is where the issue. There are people whom we know are conniving, who are big people, who are government people. It doesn't make you a call. This day social media goes everywhere. Just expose us. As a Minister of Labour, it would be very unprofessional and very ethical for me to be one of the person who is having a company to traffic Ugandans outside this country. So as a government worker or someone who is in government, if you're doing this, then you're very, very unprofessional and very unethical, because it is not allowed. This is the business for people who are experts, who know how to do this. It is not just something to whatever about it. Even when I joined the ministry, they are telling me, oh, be careful. There's some big shots somewhere, be careful with this issue. Then I was like, but there was a reason why the president put me there, because we need to expose them. For me, I also want to know who are they. If they're there, you let us know. We can first talk to them, and if they insist in the practice of trafficking Uganda, then we shall have to expose them, because Uganda is bigger than us. Uganda is bigger than any other person who is working in the government. Uganda is bigger than any big person who is working in this government. So we have to be responsible leaders in this country. Waiswa, the breakdown, Chalimpa Joshua has just given us. From the time I went to Saudi, we have received 250. But let me now tell you something. We have over 500,000 Ugandans. Saudi Arabia is one of the most leading country hosting Ugandans under labor. Out of the 500, it is only 200 and something who are in the ISMID, our ISMID electronic system. Out of the 500, meaning, and this is the question we should ask each other, the other 300, the balance of 300, if they are not in the Ugandan system, ISMID, that means those are the people who are trafficked through Rakaka, through Swamp, and this is where the vice is. This is where the problem is. And these are the people who go there, they take them, government does not know, they're not registered with us, they take them there, and then they get lost in the Middle East. And when they get lost, then you hear they're dying. I went there, and I met 2 girls in the deportation center. They're from here, from this region. They saw me, they started crying. They were telling me, I think Jesus has arrived. I was like, we just have to help you to come out of this. So we tried to talk. I negotiated with the government to release the people. And most of them are here, although because of privacy of clients, we don't have to bring them out to talk to the media. So we defend the privacy of our people in this way. This is the question. We have come with a list here we are going to give you of all companies that are actively registered with the Ministry of Gender. We want the people of Elgon, Bamasara. If you don't have any of those companies among the people who have come to approach you to go for externalization of labor, then you know they are criminals. These people are asking for logbooks from our people. They are asking from land title from our people. Our people are not supposed to be paying them any money in cash. If they are paying any money, they are paying to the registered company. And the registered companies know it very well that for them, when they get these girls, they pay the money directly to their accounts, not to an individual. Like, I can get money now and I start dishing to you. That is illegal. It is very criminal. So our people should know this. Anybody is going to approach them, we are going to share the list. We are requesting one thing as government. There are companies who registered as tours and travel, and they're here in Elgon. And these are the companies, instead of concentrating on tours and travel, they're also mixed tours and travel and externalization of labor. Please, if you want, leave one and you do one. You cannot be cheating government. You either be in externalization or you be in tourism. And these are the people who are trafficking our people. So we want this to come out very clearly in this information that you're going to pass out. That if you don't see the list among the list that we are going to show you, or call, or even come to the ministry, or go to the website of the ministry, you scrutinize the companies, and that's why I want to pass a message to those companies that are being trafficking. The doors are open for you. Come and license yourself with the Ministry of Gender. Your business will continue. We don't have to stop you from doing your business, but we want to be accountable to the people of Uganda who leave this country for that. And when they have issues, because, for example, if a girl lives here for Saudi or for Oman or any other country, in the IMIS, we are able to have all the records from the LC1, the parents, next of kin, everything in the IMIS system. So that is the registered company which works with us. It goes to Saudi Arabia, the list goes to Saudi Arabia. When a person gets a problem there, we know the company that they are working with in Saudi Arabia. It comes back to this company, which is liable to us as Government of Uganda. Who knows this child? And we check in the system, and we are able to trace, to do family tracing, or even support the family of this person in case of any eventualities. But when you go and leave the country, well, those other companies that are not licensed with us, you are going to leave the country. One, you're not in the government system, we are not accountable of you. Two, you're going to arrive in that country, you're going to be like in the wilderness. The government of Saudi does not know about your whereabouts, and then from there, when you have problems bringing you back, it gets to be, we get stuck with you. I went to Saudi Arabia, I got there over 10 dead bodies of Ugandans. They've been there for 7 months. They don't know where they come from. They don't have any record. It's like when you find a border, someone knocks on the border, no ID, no nothing. What happens? You first take them until you wait for someone to claim. Now, when will the parents from Mogadishu go and claim for their children? Because one, they don't know whether they're alive or they're among the dead. It is very, very painful. So Ugandans, let's wake up. Let's be responsible as parents. People who are coming to you to take your children and they are not licensed with the Ministry of Gender, even have a call. Pick a phone and call someone from the Ministry of Gender. Pick a call if the nearest labor officer in your district. Let them call the Ministry of Gender and ask, is this company licensed with the government? Because what we want is to be accountable for the people of Uganda. Thank you.
I'm just wondering if the citizens of Saudi Arabia or any other country that uses the labor from Uganda or any other country have the audacity for whatsoever reasons, whether someone is being trafficked, mistreat someone. Yes, we shall accept that there is a problem of trafficking, and we will have to look for means of how to end it. But as we are looking for that solution, does that give someone a leeway for those strong